The Three Evolutionists, and Lamarck.
So, Kat, are you going to invite anyone tonight? There's a lot of food tonight, but I'm not expecting anyone.
Okay. Hey, so how's school for you?
School's okay, but evolution is kind of hard, don't you think? Can you help us out? What kind of confused on the theory of evolution?
Evolution is quite simple. Just remember the scientists and the theories. Kat, could you explain it a little more?
Well, Darwin believed in the theory of evolution based on the information collected from Charles Lyell and Thomas Malthus. Maybe it's my Valentine, Eunice!
Oh my gosh.
Stranger danger!
Mom! Oh my, Kat! Look who it is! It looks like Charles Darwin's over here.
My apologies, my automobile broke down and I would need a place to stay.
Oh, stay with us, sure.
Let's go. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions about your theory of evolution to clear confusion?
Sure, no problem.
Why did you go to Galapagos Island?
I noticed a huge variety of finches and how each island had a different climate and how the finches were able to adapt to those climates. Each finch originally belonged to the same species, but due to geographic isolation, each adapted to the environment and causing gradualism to each type of finch.
I thought geographic isolation and reproductive isolation was the same thing, right?
Reproductive isolation is when two species can no longer mate, while in geographic isolation, species change because of the environment.
How do animals adapt then?
Well, in natural selection, a certain population will overproduce, so there is a more likely chance of having offspring that survive. After overproducing, we have heritable differences among individuals. Adaptation allows organisms to better survive in the environment.
Then, is industrial melanism an adaptation?
Sadly not. Industrial melanism is a population of animals living in an industrial region where the environment is soot darkened. The melanization of a population increases the probability of survival.
Why are you wearing a jacket, Kat? It's so hot. It's so cold though. Might as well.
We'll get it! Maybe it's Santa, Eunice.
Man, Audrey, stop with these hallucinations.
Okay. Mom, there's a stranger at the door.
Wait, Kat, I think that's Jean-Baptiste Lamarck. Let's go. How's your day, Lamarck?
Wonderful, wonderful!
Okay, so let's come in and have dinner with us.
Okay.
Oh, Darwin!
Hello, Lamarck. Oh, that's my stuff.
Hey, Lamarck, I've been having this question on my mind for a while now. What's your perspective on the theory of evolution?
Well, I believe in the law of inheritance of acquired traits. The law of inheritance of acquired characteristics says that organisms can pass on their traits acquired during their lifetime to their offspring.
Why was your theory said to be invalid?
Because other scientists thought it was invalid, because evolution happens over generation. An example of this is that giraffes used to have short necks. Then one giraffe stretched and stretched his neck until it was long enough to eat the tasty leaves on the top of the trees. This giraffe passed on its long neck traits, and that's how giraffes evolved to have long necks.
We'll get it.
Maybe it's a pizza guy.
Hopefully, Eunice. I'm starving.
Good day, ladies.
Another guy with a white shirt?
Mom, please come here. My goodness, we're popular tonight. Kat, come over here. Who is it this time? I think it's Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh, it's Charles Darwin himself.
Oh, Mr. Miles, come in.
Darwin, my good friend.
Mom, I'm gonna go check on the food, okay?
Okay, sweetie.
Thank you.
What was your main idea for your book, Principles of Geology?
Well, my main idea for my book was the idea of uniformism, the theory that the Earth's crust changes over time.
So, Mr. Lyle, what was your theory about?
Well, my theory states that Earth was shaped by the same processes that are still in operation today. In fact, I was one of the first people to believe that the world was older than a few thousand years.
Oh, then that allows time for evolution to change, doesn't it? But doesn't that contradict the theory of catastrophism?
Well, I believe in my theory. It pertains to the idea of gradualism, a cumulative product of slow but continuous processes. Thanks.
The food's not ready yet. Okay, well anyways, what's wrong with the theory of catastrophism?
Well, you know, how can evolution happen ever inside a mere time span of a couple thousand years? You would need at least a couple million years.
We'll get it. Eunice, maybe this time. Just give up already, Audrey. Well, I hope it's something different than a white shirt. Another one?
Oh, hello, my fellow friends. I've been starving out there. Mind if I join you guys in dinner?
Mom, there's a stranger at the door that wants to eat with us. Well, tell him to come over here.
Hello, Lyle.
After.
Oh, hello, Darwin.
I'm glad to have you here, Malthus. So what is your theory on the principle of population?
Well, my theory is that human population grows more every day, far outpacing the food supply. This means that individuals must compete for a share of the resources.
That's a very nice theory.
Well then, if the human population grows more as it is left unchecked, wouldn't famine and misery start being prevalent in the near future?
Yes, it's just a natural outcome. It's God's way of solving the problem of ours. Starvation is such a great solution, isn't it?
Totally.
Well, my friend, if I may interrupt, this may be an issue, but I think famine and misery is far from a solution from anything.
Well, what's the big deal with overproduction?
You see, producing more than enough offspring guarantees a variation. As a result, this creates a competitive environment picking out who is worthy to live on and who is not fit to survive.
I don't really understand all the concepts of evolution. I mean, my teacher just breezed through genetic drift and its two effects, the bottleneck and the founder effect.
Genetic drift includes the bottleneck effect that occurs after a natural disaster and the founder effect that occurs when a few individuals establish a new population.
Oh yes, the bottleneck effect reduces the population size, while the founder effect occurs after the start of a new population. However, genetic drift causes a loss in biodiversity.
In comparative theory, there are such things as homologous analogies and vestigial structures. I don't want to bore you, but here's an example of a homologous structure. The forelimbs in humans, dogs, seals, and so on are all closely similar in structure.
This means that the vertebrates all have common ancestors.
Proving the theory of evolution.
Hey, I've heard of another theory. What if the theory of evolution was actually punctuate equilibrium?
No, this theory only suggests that evolution stops and goes in various intervals. Punctuated equilibrium goes against my theory.
Well, it's late. We shouldn't be staying that long.
Oh yeah, Malthus, Lyle, let's leave.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Chicken and cookies. My only friends now.
Hey, so cool. And check, wouldn't famine and misery start being...
Why are you laughing?
Variation. As a result, this creates a competitive environment.
What the heck? What the heck?
Eunice, you're laughing at the
I thought geographic isolation and reproductive isolation was the same thing, right?
Oh my god, I thought the same.
Yeah, that's where mine is.
I don't understand.
Another one?
Hello, my fellow.
Another one?
Oh, hello, my fellow friends.
Karen!
Oh, good evening, my fellow friends. I've been starving. Can I join you guys in dinner?
Well, I hope it's not somebody in a white shirt.
Hello, my fellow friends. I've been starving. Can I join you guys in dinner? Oh, hello, my fellow friends. I've been starving out there. Can I join you guys in dinner?
Mom, let's take you out of
And vestigial structures. I don't want to bore you, but here's an example of a homologous structure. The forelimbs in a humans,
Thank you.
dogs, seals, and so on are all closely similar in structure.
Well, this means that these vertebrates all have common ancestors.
proving the theory of evolution. Sorry.
Seals, and so on are all closely similar in structure.
This means that these...
That's really.
Well, how did I think about
Hey, Sharon.
I have no idea.
Sharon.
What?
What?
Oh my god.
You don't know where the You know how many spoons and hands have done? That's a
You
problem.
wash them every day or no?
No.